Hi, it's Ben with Fingerprint Marketing, and I'm going to talk to you about Google+. I know, you're probably thinking, Google+, isn't that just another Facebook, or no one's using Google+, or I already have so many social media channels to manage, I don't have time for Google+. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Google+ can help improve your ranking on Google search engine results pages, and it's going to help improve the click-through rates on those results pages. And here's why. Take a look at this results page. Now look at this. Do you notice the difference? This result is Google search engine results pages circa 2006. And this is a search that I just did a few minutes ago of my most recent favorite band. You'll notice that this search, or Google search circa 2013-2014, is a lot more visually striking. Now, if you did this search that I just did, where will your eyes naturally want to gravitate towards? It's going to want to gravitate here, to the right. Why? Well, because there's pictures. The title of the band, The Head and the Heart, is in a larger, bold font. There's information that you're probably looking for, which is some information of the band, where they're from, how long they've been active, what their current albums are, who their members are, their upcoming events, the songs they have, and also related searches. Now, wouldn't you want something like that for your business? To get that, you need to have two things. You need to have Google+, and you need to have your Google+ linked to your Google business local business listing. Now, let me show you an example of one that we just created very recently, actually, for one of our customers. If you look here on the right, you'll immediately see a photo that we used for their profile picture, a map to their where their location is, huge title in bold font of their business name, information that's important like their address, their phone number, their business hours, a link to their most recent review, and here a section of their most recent posts. Now, how did Google get this information? Two places. Got it from the Google local listing and from Google+. So you see this profile picture? This is their current profile picture for Google+. And this map and business listing comes from Google Local. This information here is pulled directly from Google+ and Google Local. And this most recent post is actually their most recent post from 10 hours ago on Google+. Isn't that cool? Now, I'm not going to show you exactly how to do that now in this video. That's probably going to be another video. But this is the kind of results that you can be having on Google if you had Google+. Now, here's another thing that you can get using Google+, and that is called authorship. And it's a very recent addition to Google. And so basically, Google wants to connect content that's going out on the internet with the authors that created that content. And the way they do that is by adding the author's name and their picture next to their content on the results pages. So here's a perfect example. You see the title of the blog, How to Implement the rel author tag, a step-by-step guide, the website and URL that it's from. Next to that is beneath that is the name of the author. Right next to it is the picture of the author. Now, how does this information get added to the results page? This image is the profile picture of this person's Google Plus page. And their Google Plus profile is linked with the content that they have created. Now, Google being Google isn't going to make it easy for you to do that. There isn't a button that you can press that automatically does it for you. You need to have a little bit of HTML know how to do it, and you need to add this rel author tag in the HTML code that links the content with your G+ profile. Or if your website's built with WordPress, there are some plugins that will let you do that. But even installing those plugins need a little bit of configuration. And we can talk about them in a different video. But imagine the impact it's going to have when someone searches your content and they immediately see your picture next to that information. It immediately elevates you above the fold. It establishes you as an expert in your topic, and it's definitely going to improve click-throughs. Now, you can't do any of that if you didn't have a Google Plus profile. Now, another way that Google Plus can help improve your rankings on your results pages is actually a bit sneaky. Google is trying to personalize all searches. They want to make sure that every time you search for something, the information that's presented to you is actually relevant to you. Now, the way they do that is by collecting all this information about you. They look at your search history, they look at your likes on Facebook, your tweets on Twitter, your retweets, but they also look at who you interact with on Google+. Now, if, for example, a person does a search on Google, could be a very broad search, and you have content that you've made, like a blog post, perhaps it's not even optimized for that keyword, or it's a very recently posted article, and Google hasn't really had a chance to really index it and a chance for it to start ranking higher on the results pages. If that person has ever interacted with you on Google+, so if they've ever +1'd any of your posts, or if they have you in their circle, or if you have them in your circle, your posts, your content will rank higher than everybody else's. So think about that. The more people you have in your circle, or if you've interacted with them on Google+, the easier it's going to be for your content to rank higher in their searches. But here's the other part. Maybe they've never interacted with you on Google+. Maybe they have an account, which of course they do because an account is automatically created if you open a Gmail account, but they've never logged on. If they've interacted with you using Gmail, so if they've ever received an email from you and replied to you, your content is also going to rank higher on their results pages. So hopefully I've been able to help illustrate the importance of using Google+. You need to optimize your Google+ profile with a high quality cover photo, a high quality profile picture. You need to connect it to your Google business listing so that the information is linked and integrated, so that when people search for you, or if they search for any keywords that are related to your business or product, the information that comes up includes all of that visually attractive and visually striking information. You need to increase your circles, your network in Google+. So try to get people to follow you, add people into your circle, join Google+ communities, and interact with people. And then of course you need to start making regular posts on Google+, and not just spammy posts where you're constantly putting out content, but actually quality posts that people want to +1. And if you do that, your ranking is going to rank first every time. Thanks for watching.